Wednesday. I am doing a live crafting show today using the You're a Peach suite from Stampin' Up. Now I am holding my camera in my hand because my computer decided to shut down right before going live, so we're going to do it a little bit different today. So I am going to just check our laptop my iPad here and make sure that we're up and running. I think we are, because there's some people. Hi Maria, hi Donna. All right. So I am a little bit shaky because I am, as I said, holding my camera in my hand. My computer just shut down right before I started, and I'm like, oh. So that's why I'm a few minutes late, so sorry about that. Hi Rebecca, hi Mary Ellen. So I just wanted to come on, and I have some cute cards to show you today using the Your Peach suite from Stampin' Up. Hi Pat, thank you. Today's a better day. There is no migraine today, thankfully. Yesterday was just something else, so this is so weird. But I wanted to show my face and say hello. Hi Kelly, hi Sandy. Okay, so not much to talk about other than the fact I did mention yesterday, I was on briefly, today is the last day to sign up for the hand-penned card class. So click the classes and events link if you haven't signed up already. Hi Janice, and get in on that. You have until the end of day today, that's it. So there's only a few more hours to get in on that class. And other than that, there's some other classes you can check out. I have Stampin' Bingo coming up next month. The deadline for that is May 21st. And then I do have my summer retreat schedule as well. You can find that all under the link in the description where it says classes and events. So the summer retreat is online. I have one planned for the fall that I'm hoping I can do in person with all our vaccines. I'm like crossing my fingers. But other than that, that's all I'll say. And I will turn the camera around. I'll try not to lose you as I do that. And we'll get crafting because I have some super, super cute cards. I just literally got this order in a few hours ago. So right before the class, I designed 2 quick cards. And so we're going to make them together. So just bear with me one moment. You're going to see my messy craft room. You guys haven't seen this view in a while. So I'm just going to hopefully get you in the holder without issue. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So let me just zoom in here a bit. Hi Jan. All right, and I'm just going to see how that looks on my iPad because when I was looking back at the live yesterday, it looked quite far away. So I just want to straighten this out. And I think that is good. Thanks, Pat. Okay, so I think that's good. It's not too far away. And then if you guys want me to zoom in, just let me know. Yes, just a reminder that if you do share this video, you do get a chance to win the cards from tonight. I still have to pull a name from last week, so I will post that shortly. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Just going to take a quick sip of water. Okay, so we are using this super cute, sweet as a peach bundle. And let me just bring over the catalog to show you this super cute suite of products. I gotta find the page again. Let me see. Where is it? Page 61. So this is in the new Stampin' Up annual catalog, and it is this suite right here. It is so fun. I'm just gonna go grab one thing so I can show you what they look like. And let me just make sure I can see the comments. You can't hear me, Pat? Can everyone hear me? Oh gosh, I hope it's working. No one else has said anything, so I'm hoping we're all good. maybe just double check your volume. I see some thumbs up, so I'm assuming people can hear me. So I'm not sure if it's maybe just on your end. Barely hear me? I'm not sure. Linda can hear me? Okay, so it looks like I'm okay. Okay, well I'll just keep going on. Okay, Rebecca's okay too. Okay, so this suite is so fun. You have a collection. So what I love about the suites is that there's just one order number and then you get everything in the suite. In this case, it is the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. Now that comes with 20. This is a 20 stamps, 20 piece stamp set, and the coordinating dies. And then you also get the amazing designer series paper, which we will be using tonight. And I'll just give you a peek of that. I don't have my sampler page done just because I literally just got these, as I said, but look how fun these patterns are. I don't know if I can do them justice on the screen, but they're just so fun. So you've got some more muted designs, but then you've got these really fun floral and then peach designs. And they are double-sided, so you've got some fun ones there. Super cute. Okay, and then what I really want to show you guys, because I am going to have some fun with these, and I know you will all too, is that it comes with these little jam jars here. And look how cute these are. So it comes in a pack of 6, and they are plastic. And look how cute these are. Let me just move this out of the way quickly, and you can see these little jars. So I believe these hold up to 4 ounces, and they are food safe, which is really great. So you can make some peach jam or any other jam, and or put some treats and candies, or you know, even use them for to store your embellishments. I mean, these are so cute, and they're just so cute. That's all I could say. You can decorate them, you can wrap them, you can put some bows on them. They're just adorable. So a pack of these are included in that suite as well. Super cute. I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with them. All right, so I'm just gonna put that off to the side. So in case you are interested in this suite, the number for this whole suite for all of these things is 155831. That's, Rebecca, they are plastic. That's the code for all of the paper, the stamps, the dies, and the jam jars. And the cost is $77.50 plus tax. So really great deal to get all of those things. Okay, so the cards that I'm going to make for you tonight, I have 2 different designs. The first one is a beginner level card. So if you happen to be new to Stampin' Up or card making, you're just starting out, the first one is a beginner, and then the second one is for those avid crafters out there. So you've been stamping and crafting a lot. It's a little bit involved. So 2 different levels here today. So the first one, we're gonna keep it really simple, and let me just see, where did my measurements go? I want to make sure I have the measurements for you because I did write them down. Where did I put my notebook? I swear I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I don't know where the notebook is. I think I remember the measurements. But we are starting off with a basic white card base. This is your 8.5 by 5.5, and we can go ahead and fold that in half to an A2 card size. That's 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm just going to use my bone folder just to burnish those edges. You know, we want a nice crisp edge, so our card lays completely flat. And then I'm using a piece of that peach designer series paper, so it is double-sided. You've got some really fun peach design on this side, and then just a polka dot on this side. So we are going to be using the polka dot side. We want something a little bit more muted, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. And I'm gonna have all of these measurements and photos on my blog posted shortly. It will take me a few days. I was looking over my to-do list, and I've got some tutorials and stuff that I have to get done first, but these will be on my blog certainly by next week. Oh no, I have to stand up for this. Oh, you know what? It's ripping my paper when I try to lift it up. I'm gonna have to get a different card base. You've got to be careful when you're using that seal. It's very, very sticky and permanent. So just give me 1 second. I'm just going to cut myself another card base because it got stuck. Actually, I have one right here. So I'm going to do that again. All right, let me try that again. I'm going to add a bit more adhesive on the part that got stuck. And it's because I have to kind of lean over and stand up to put these things on. So we'll just, we'll do that. So you will end up with about 1/4 inch all the way around. I'm just going to make that as even as possible. All right, that's better. Okay, and then we have a piece of pale papaya cardstock. I'm just going to double check these measurements. This is 3 by 1/8 inch by 4 3/8. And then we have another piece of basic white that is 3 inches by 4 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to remove the fuzz that happens to be along this piece. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna just put these aside because we are gonna do a little bit of stamping on this piece of basic white. So we are going to stamp some peaches. So you've got this piece here. This is one stamp, and the logic is that you stamp these 3 peaches in line with this image, so it fills those gaps. So to do that, we are going to use the Pear Pizzazz ink. And I already have these on a block. And we're going to sort of put this one on an angle. Just about right there. Okay. And then for the peaches, we're not actually going to use a stamp pad, but we're actually going to bring in some Stampin' Write markers. So the cool thing I love about Stampin' Up is that they are full of coloring tools. So I have 2 Stampin' Write markers. One is Pale Papaya and the other one is Calypso Coral. So we're going to actually create the perfect peach color that provides texture. It will look like a real Florida peach. So we're going to do that, and I have that 3 peach stamp, and we're going to start by using the Pale Papaya. Now, if you've never colored your stamps with the Pale Papaya before, don't fret, and let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. What I do is I just go sort of, you're just gonna lightly color over it, and I just go from one side to the other, and I'll do that on all 3, and I usually go over, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times. So we're gonna do that to each of these little peaches. Okay, and we're done with the Pale Papaya, and then we're gonna come in with the Calypso Coral, and I'm using the brush tip for both colors because these do have a bullet tip and a brush tip. And what I'm going to do with the Calypso Coral is there are some sort of a texture already on the stamps So what I'm going to do is just going to go in circular motions over top of those textured areas and into some of the smooth areas. You want to go in circular motion because that's what's going to help blend those colors together. If you were to just go back and forth, then you would end up with sort of that straight line in between the colors. But going in a circular motion will help break that up and blend them out. Now, it's very difficult to see that color on here. Maybe you can see it a little bit more when I flip it. I want to see if that shows up a little bit. And then we're going to take that and we're going to stamp it right on here. So I'm going to need to stand up to line this up. And I'm just going to try to line up. I'm kind of in an awkward spot here. But I'm just going to press that down. And look how beautiful these stamped. You've got that texture and you've got that blended color. I don't know if it shows up on the camera very well, but it is just a stunning, stunning peach image. It's so pretty. They look like real peaches because you've got that sort of multi-tones, light and dark. And it truly looks like a peach fuzz. It's so pretty. I hope it's showing well on camera because it might not be doing it justice, but it is quite nice. Thanks, Nancy. All right, and then we can start stamping some sentiments. So we're going to do 2 here. So the first one is to a sweet friend, and then we're going to do a happy birthday card. So I already have this on my blocks, and I am going to bring over the, I don't know if I want to do black, or I think I'm just going to stick with Calypso Coral. We'll see how that goes. Yes, Maria, it is. It's a really great alternative to color. And it allows you to add that texture and blend it out a bit. All right, so we are going to add to a sweet friend, just sort of tucked in line with this leaf, but tucked underneath that peach. So I'm just gonna make sure this is straight. Again, I'm sort of in an awkward position right now with my camera, but I think that looks good. And then we're gonna use that same color. Maybe I should have went with black, but that's okay. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday, and that is going to be near the bottom. About right there. Okay, so you guys can see we got this mixed font going on. You know how I love mixed font. I especially love the font of the happy birthday. All right, so I'm going to move that ink pad out of the side, and I'm going to adhere this right to our pale papaya layer with Stampin' Seal. And you're going to end up with just a very small border, about 1/8 of an inch. Just like that. And I am going to fold it over and just do that. Okay, I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit. I think that's good. Okay, and that is going to, actually before we do that, I don't want to forget, we're going to add some ribbon sort of right in between that white space. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive on the back. And then we'll take that and wrap it around. So I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive so I can bring it down a bit. And we just want it to be sort of in the center of those stamped sentiments and images. There we go. And just want to try to make sure that is straight. And I'll just trim that. There we go. And then we're going to put this up on some Stampin' Dimensionals. And there. And I like to just put a dimensional, partially covering any ribbon that I happen to add, just for extra security. And we'll go ahead and take those backings off. And then we'll put this right in the center. So if you guys are here, don't forget to say hello if you're joining. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so much. I usually go live on Wednesday or on Tuesdays at 8, but I was down and out with a migraine yesterday. So I'm live on Wednesday today instead. Okay, so then I'm going to, I just cut a little piece of this pale papaya ribbon, and then I'm going to just tie it in a little knot, and we're going to adhere this right into the center of that ribbon. And we're going to adhere it with a mini glue dot. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim those ribbon edges. There we go. I might have to play around with that after. Oh, there we go. And then we're just going to finish off this card with a couple of those genial gems. You guys have seen me use this with the Forever Fern set, but I'm going to bring some over for this as well, because we are using that sort of pale papaya ribbon, and we'll tie this all together nicely. And that is our first card. So something really sweet and simple. Here's the first sample that I did. For this one, I did do a Calypso Coral matte instead of the pale papaya. I think both kind of work because you've got both colors in the designer series paper, but also added into the peaches. Thank you, Pat. All right. So just something quick and simple. And I'm going to move those out of the way. I love, love, love this second card. It is definitely more involved, but we'll do it together. Thanks, Maria. And let me just get some stuff ready here. Okay, so there's a lot of extra pieces with this one. And let me just make sure I got my scrap paper here. All right, so this one is with a color that I actually don't use very often, which is Balmy Blue. So this is the Balmy Blue card base. This is your standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna go ahead and fold that to an A2 card size, so 5.5 by 4.25. And then we have a couple of different layers here. We have a 5.25 by 4 inch layer for the inside, and then we have an embossed layer of the same size, 5.25 by 4 inches, and this is pre-embossed with the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. So we're gonna go ahead and just adhere that right onto our Balmy Blue card base with our Stampin' Seal. This card is so, so pretty, guys. I can't wait to show you. I may be a little biased, but that's okay. All right, So I'm just going to put this on the card front, just like that. And while we're doing that, we can go ahead and put our insert in as well. We want to create that space for our messages. And just a reminder, when you share this video, you get a chance to win the cards that I'm making tonight. I always appreciate when you share. All right, so we're gonna put that inside. Okay, then we have a couple of different other layers here. So I have pre-die cut these. So these are the scallop circle and the circle from the layering circle dies. It froze, Rebecca? Oh, I'm not sure because it's still playing on my laptop, so I'm not sure. Is it good now? It didn't freeze on my iPad rather, unless I just didn't see it. I think I'm good now because it is playing on my iPad. And my phone is still going. Okay, I'm back. Okay, good. So these are from the layering circle dies. And then I've pre-die cut 3 stitched rectangles. Now, if you don't have the stitched rectangles, it's okay. These are 1 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch rectangles. So you can just cut out those sizes. So what we're going to do is we're going to adhere these right on our card front. And so when I'm doing this, I just like to lay it out first before I adhere. That way I can just get the spacing right. I want an even amount of white space on either side. So I will get those in line first. And I think it's right about there. And I just want a little gap in between them. So I might bring them in a little bit more. And I think right there is good. So what I'll do is I'll put in my center one first. And I'm just using my seal. And I'm gonna just stand up with this because I want them to be straight. And I think that's straight. I'll just put that in first. And I won't completely press it down just yet because I want to make sure that they are straight and the spacing is right. Now, I'm not going to be too upset if they're not completely straight. I mean, these are handmade cards, so we're not going to get perfect. Okay, and then I will go ahead and add the other 2 on the side. Okay, that's one, and then we'll add the last one. My seal keeps getting caught. Oh, I'm frozen again, ain't I? It's frozen on my laptop. Oh, I'm back. Hi, Pam. Yeah, well, they are actually, which is funny because I don't usually have a problem when I'm coming on my phone, but our internet has actually gone out today. They are putting in Bell fiber lines in our neighborhood, and they were on our street earlier. So I wonder if that's maybe affecting our internet tonight. It's quite possible. All right, so that kind of threw me off. So I'm just gonna make sure these are straight. Get my last one on there. So I think that is good. Okay, isn't that just so pretty already? Isn't Balmy Blue such a pretty color? And I just love that stitched edging. Okay, so we're not going to do anything with those. I'm going to set them aside, and I am going to take a scrap piece of basic white, and we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to stamp those same leaves and peaches as we did for our first card. So I am using the Pear Pizzazz, and I'm just going to stamp those. And this time I'm going to do the peaches, stamp them separately because I want to die cut those out. The dies are they're two separate dies, one for the leaves and then one for the peaches. So I'm actually going to color those the same way, in that I'm using the Stampin' Up markers, Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral. And I just want that texture, and I just love the look of those. So I'm just going to take my Pale Papaya and color over those images a couple times each. Then I'm going to come in with that Calypso Coral, just doing a little bit of blending here, going in circular motions, just making sure it all blends together. Okay. And you do want to work kind of fast when you're doing this because you don't want want it to dry out. So, oh, so pretty. I just love it. I'll just see if I can give you an up close look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? I love the texture that it gives. And then you're going to die cut these out separately. So there is one die for the leaves. And then there is one single die that will cut out those peaches separately into 3 separate cuts. So I'm actually going to just quickly cut these off camera, just because when I'm using my phone for my live, it just becomes very, very shaky when I'm trying to do some die cutting. So I'm just going to quickly line these up and cut them out off camera. So I have them cut out. I'm just gonna check. And see these, you got these cute little peaches. And then you've got those leaves and stems. So I'll just move those out of the way. And we're gonna kind of do a little bit of assembly here. It is kind of tricky to get these in line, but you know what, we'll make it work because we're going to use the Stampin' Dimensionals to help us as well. So actually I'm just trying to think, I didn't like how I did it earlier, so let me actually do it separately. I'm going to change tactics here. We're going to stamp some first, and then we'll assemble right on the card instead of doing it separately because I think it's going to be easier that way. So with that, I'm going to bring out my Balmy Blue ink, and we're going to use, I think, which one do we want to use? I'll just stick with Sweet as a Peach. Now, there is a missed opportunity here, I think, with that stamp set, in that I really wish they had a stamp that said Your Peach, because they've called the Sweet Your Peach, but they didn't have a stamp. I would have loved that a stamp with that sentiment on it. Okay, so we're just going to ink this up, and this is going to go in the corner of this circle. So just down at the bottom. just like that. I'm loving this font. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this white circle on top of our balmy blue scallop circle. So I'm just going to add a couple of strips of adhesive. And we're just going to layer that. I think that's good. And we're going to put that right on our card base, right sort of in the corner. You can use dimensionals. I did for my sample, but I think for this one, I'm going to just add some seal. Now I am going to go a bit heavy on the seal with this because we are dealing with some texture on the card base along with some die cut, so I want to make sure this is nice and sticky. And I'm just going to pop it in the corner, and I just want a little peek of that designer series paper coming out of this side. And so I'm just going to give that a nice press. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Isn't this looking super cute already? Okay, so then we're going to put our peaches right there. So we are going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals for that. So I'm going to pop a couple of regular dimensionals right up there, and I'm going to, oh, I have my minis right here. And I'm also going to use some of my mini Stampin' Dimensionals on here as well. So I want this to be nice and supported, especially if you plan to send this in the mail. You want to make sure that it's well supported if you're using dimensionals. Okay, and this is going to go right about there. I am just going to check to make sure that, yep, I have enough room for my peach. So I'm just going to put that down. And then I'm going to add a dimensional on the back of each one of these peaches. And I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to put the bigger one right there. And then we're going to put the last one right up here. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And then we're just going to finish off this card, you guessed it, with the Genial Gems. I am running low on the pale papaya ones, but it's okay. I will use the big ones. I tend to gravitate to more of the smaller gems, but that's okay. I'll use the big ones for this. And then our card is finished. How cute is that? I'll give you a close-up of that. It's super sweet. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you guys for those hearts. Thanks, Donna. I think it's so cute. So I'll show you my first sample. So in this sample, thanks Pam, I did put the circle die cut up on some dimensionals. Thanks Rebecca and Nancy. And then I added some of that pale papaya ribbon at the side too. Thanks Pat. But I wasn't sure I loved the ribbon, so I didn't do it on this card. But I just, isn't it so sweet? So let me bring over the other card that we made, and I'll give you a look at both of them. Now, if I remember correctly, this suite will be what I'm using in my June card club, I think it is. So you can check that out if you are interested in joining card club. sweetpaperstudios.com/card club. It's a monthly subscription, and I include all of the supplies to make the cards. Oh, you guys like the ribbon? Okay, yeah, it is a nice little extra detail, and it adds that pale papaya color back in. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Noelle. Thanks, Maria. Okay, so isn't this suite so adorable? It is available in my online shop. I put the link in the description. I have a ton of stuff going on right now, as you guys know, events and other things. So I put all of the important links in the description. You can make sure you sign up to my newsletter. If you're not already, sweetpaperstudios.com, and you'll be updated. I send out weekly newsletters, and you can stay up to date on all things Sweet Paper Studios and all things Stampin' Up. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't already like my page, please go ahead and do that. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I do have some more content coming on YouTube, so for those that are watching on Facebook, you can head over there and subscribe as well. Okay, I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on my regular nights next week. That's Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I have a lot more new stuff to show you guys, so I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to have you all back next week. Okay, have a good night, and we will talk soon. Bye.